I'm going to actually record starting my day at home just because I kind of want to explain for today at least what I'm doing, because I'm doing a long color today and I just want to kind of show a little bit more of the process. My client has like pretty grown out hair and we're doing a platinum card. I would say her hair, from her pictures at least, from her most recent pictures, I would say is like grown out to around her chin, but I could be wrong, but still that's like a lot of growth. And so I'm gonna go in tiny sections. Pretty much like what I'm going to do, I'm gonna leave it off the scalp. I'm gonna bleach her whole renew growth. I'm gonna leave it off of the scalp though and go back and like put it on the scalp once that mid shaft has like processed enough. I am going to be cutting my brother's hair after that color, but I told him, I was like, I'm just gonna let you know on the time because I'm gonna start her at 10, and I told him, I was like, I think around 4 or 5, but could be later. Making myself a really good breakfast, which I mean, I make this breakfast every day, so it's like nothing fancy, but gotta make sure I eat because I don't know if I'm gonna have a lunch or not, you know? I'm on my way to the shop. It's gonna be a good day. I already said a quick prayer to the hair gods for today's color. I'll show you guys her before and her during. I'll probably film a little bit like throughout. I'm just gonna go in and tear foil because I know I'm gonna use so much foil. So we're gonna go ahead and tear a lot. That way it's tore and it's good to go. Here's her before. Y'all can tell she has a little bit of breakage, kind of a lot of breakage. At the bottom, one side was a lot shorter. And we did give her a trim, but I didn't go as short as that section just because she did want to keep the length, which y'all will see the haircut at the end. But here I am, working my way up, doing the thinnest sections. They say for the platinum card, you want to get 1/8 inch sections, which is pretty thin. Like, you want it to be see-through. Like, you want to be able to see completely through the hair, be able to read the newspaper on the other side of the hair pretty much. I'm getting as close as possible to the scalp without actually getting on the scalp too. So that way when I apply it to the scalp later on, it's like easy and it lifts nice and good. It's like, you know, it has a scalp heat that we need for like quick lift. So I pretty much do this all the way up. I am just going in saturating. You guys can tell I'm saturating a lot too. That's the thing with the platinum cards. You want to make sure you are saturating good. By the time I got all the way on the top of the back of the head, the mid shafts were ready, so I applied to the root area. Definitely a project. I will say, if you're ever doing a platinum card, just be patient. The hair will do what it needs to do. So by the time you know, the rest of it's starting to process, I can tell the ends are good and I do not want any breakage. So I'm going in and I'm taking the bottom off, like the mid shafts, what like I put the bleach on first. I'm taking that off, but I'm leaving it on the root area just because that could use a little bit more lift, but that mid shaft is ready. And make sure you do not overlap when you're putting it on the mid shafts to like the previous blonde that they already have, because that will cause breakage. Just make sure you are only getting that new growth. And you can see her lift is looking beautiful, so even. Okay, so quick little update. I'm in the restroom, so that's what you hear in the back, but I'm on my 9th bowl of bleach. I'm about to do the mohawk section, so we're almost done. I'm going to apply, the back is all processed, or is all processing. I'm gonna apply it on the root on the sides after I do the top probably. So here I am now pulling the foils that were ready, which were the 2 sides. Here's my 10th bowl of bleach. I'm bringing her back, rinsed her out real good. I'm taking out all that bleach. The back sections are good to go. They look so good. The lift is looking good. Honestly though, the roots on the mohawk section were taking a little bit longer, so I just let those kind of process a little bit longer. But look how even that lift is. It's looking so good. Honestly, it's just those thin sections. If you get thin sections, you will get a nice even lift. That is honestly the secret to good lift, especially on dark, thick hair. You want to get thin sections and saturate good. Then I rinsed it all, toned her with Shades EQ, brought her back, gave her a little bit of a trim. You can tell that one side is still slightly shorter, but it's not as obvious anymore, so that's good. And then I'm just putting some serum to give her some shine, and I'm just brushing out those curls. It looks so pretty. We were both in love with the after. The only thing I'm sad about is the fact that the sun was gone, because these pictures would have turned out so pretty if that natural sunlight was still out. But look, here's her after. It still looks so pretty. We're both in love. She didn't want to go as light. Normally we go like platinum white, but she wanted to keep it light but just a little bit on the ashy side and not so white. So here's the toner that I used. I actually mixed up a different toner because the first one was a little bit too light. But it looks so good. I love how you can tell the pops of lightness on the ends, and then the root is just slightly darker. Like I said, if the sun was out, these pictures would have looked so much better. But we are still in love. What's up, guys? I just want to update y'all. It's super late, but I just finished my color, and I'm so happy with the turnout. It's 8:30. I started her at 10. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 10 hours? Holy cow. I literally have not taken that long on a person on a person in so long. But honestly, the outcome was worth it because it looked so much better. Her growth, oh my goodness, it was a lot. And I was gonna cut one of my brother's hair today too, but we are not doing that. And I was trying to wash my hair after work, and I am not trying to do that either. Let me kind of break it down for y'all. She came in, her new growth was super grown out. She comes to me every year. And when she came in, I didn't even say this yet. When she came in, she actually had went to a friend to do her hair, and her friend put a color on her like virgin hair. And so I was like, oh my god, please don't be box color, because if it would have been box color, I would not have been able to take it off. Like for real, like I was just like, please do not be box color. So when I started at the bottom, I did I checked it once, like I got halfway through and it looked good, and I was like, thank goodness, because I was not trying to deal with like a color correction times 10, you know, because I was already doing a color correction. But if that color would have like shown, if you're a hairdresser, you know, like with a bleach, it exposes all those like underneath pigments. So thankfully it didn't have like a lot of pigments. So yeah, so that was the start. We also gave her a haircut, but we didn't cut it as short as I would have wanted, but she likes it long, so I cut still a good amount, so that was good. And also, I had not said this either, I have never done a platinum card like that. Like, platinum card is like where you bleach it to the scalp. I had never done that. I had always like done highlights or done like, you know, like slices to the scalp, but never like a full like scalp to new growth, like, you know. I didn't know how long it was gonna take me. I thought I would be done by 6 though, so a little bit longer. I also toned her twice though, because I didn't like the first toner. I dried the front pieces and I was like, what do you think? Because I wanted her opinion before I like said. Usually it's like, oh my goodness, like all excited and, you know, hair just got done, but I wasn't feeling that way about the first toner. So she was looking at herself too in the mirror. I was like, well, what do you think of the color? She's like, I like it. And I was like, do you want to leave it like that or do you want to go darker? And she was like, she like kind of started like looking at herself and thinking about it. And then I brought her the swatch book and I showed her like different options. So I ended up mixing a 7, I don't know. I'll insert like somewhere on the screen what I mixed. So I used 3 colors. I used 7N, 7NA, and 7 I think CB, but I'm not for sure. But that did a lot better, and I'm gonna show y'all obviously like the after pictures and all of that stuff. The fact that it's 8:30 p.m. like it's about to be 9 o'clock in the freaking night, and I'm still at work and I still have not ate lunch. That's crazy. Cause like if I told somebody like, oh yeah, I did somebody's hair today, it took me 9 hours, they would be like, oh my goodness, that is forever. But for like me, I just feel like it goes by so fast. I love what I do, but it's like, one of the things I don't like about what I do is that my days just fly by and it's just crazy. Oh my goodness, can't believe it. But anyways, I need to stop talking and leave because it's late and your girl's hungry, and yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, thank you very much. If you watched until the end, thank you very much too. Hope I see y'all in my next video.